we are at the famous Times Square of New York, joined by a group of Indians who are here enjoying the sights of New York, but also have a view on the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's upcoming visit to the United States of America. He'll be holding a big community event not far from here in Long Island. So when the Prime Minister, he's been Prime Minister for almost 10 years, now he's won again for a third term. What do Indians feel about the Prime Minister? When you come here, what do you learn from other fellow Indians about him?
We Indians feel proud because he is looking after the welfare of the poor people and he is very positive man. We admire him, we love him. And we are also here for attending the United Nations meeting on 21st. Varghese is a scientist from Chennai. So we are glad. We are glad that our Prime Minister is coming one of the most prestigious country in the world, that is United States, and we are very glad to receive him.
Sir, the thing about the Prime Minister also is his oratory style. So many people are very fond of when he speaks. He puts you kind of a spell. You know, he has an art of speaking. Do you think that has improved over the years? Now he's in the third term.
Yeah. Because he's one of the globally recognized leader right now around the world. People are following Modi models of development, sustainable development goals, and all he's promoting in our country. And particularly, he's more concentrating on the environmental promotion. Because nowadays people are talking about global warming, climate change, there are so many issues are going on. So I'm actually representing a UNDP small grant JEF project in India. I'm the partner and I'm going to speak in the General Assembly in United Nations about the conservation of biological diversity and also the sustainable use of the marine resources and biodiversity, and then that in complement to the livelihood development of the people in our country. So Modi, our Prime Minister, is very much concentrating and applying all his thinking and principles, everything, and promoting the sustainable development goals.
A big votary of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in India is also the woman voter. So ma'am, as women voters and as women who see the government working, are you satisfied with how Narendra Modi is running India?
She would have to speak because I live here in the U.S.
Okay, but what do you think in the U.S.? What is the impression amongst Indian Americans about Mr. Modi in the U.S.?
I'm pretty sure it's pretty good because he has brought India to the forefront, and there's a lot of trade and business, everything going on, right? So India has progressed a lot. So I think he's done a great job.
How many years have you been in the U.S.?
I've been here almost 35 years.
So do you think that in the last 10, 11 years, when as an Indian diaspora member, maybe you're from India, you see a change in the Indian American community here, maybe being more proud of their country, as Mr. Modi says that I have managed to transform India on the world map?
I'm pretty sure it has. I'm pretty sure they agree that Mr. Modi has, been fundamental in bringing India to the forefront of what business-wise and everything.
Yeah. And he's now talking about semiconductors. He's now talking about quantum computing. Many thought in the Modi's third term, because the number had come a bit down, people thought Mr. Modi will be maybe a bit on the defensive. But he's as aggressive as ever. He's bringing big decisions in India.
That's true, that is very much correct. But his policy is always to look after the downtrodden, new welfare message, health policies, pension policies, so many things every day he is introducing that is really beneficial to the ordinary citizen in India.
Yes. And ma'am, when it comes to women also in India, there's also this talk that these cylinders he's given to women, this money in their bank accounts, these kind of things have also empowered maybe the women to vote again and again for him. Maybe, there may be a reason why he's getting voted in and in again, though many people may think the opposite.
I can't really comment on that because I don't live there, so I don't know,
But he remains as popular as he's here. I've heard 25,000 people registering to listen to Mr. Modi in New York.
Yeah. I think, more should be done in India in terms of work for women and men. There's a lot of very intelligent Indians who are going all over outside of India to, work and create and invent. So I think India should, spend more money to keep those smart people in India, and they can do so much. But I don't think Indian, whether it's the government or the financial, work force there, that it's not really promoting them to stay. Because if other countries provide more benefits, then of course everyone's going to go elsewhere.
So food for thought here, and Indian Americans as well as Indians from who have come all the way here to New York also participate in the UN event, say that Mr. Modi remains as popular as he was in his earlier terms, but also what he's done for women that maybe enhances his popularity here in America. So we are joined by a young Indian American here, Meher, who settled for some years now in the US, and he's an entrepreneur in his own right. So Mr. Modi coming here to the US, is coming for a 3-day visit. What do Indian Americans think of him? What do young people like you think of Mr. Modi?
Yeah, we do think that there are a lot of changes in India in terms of growth and in terms of like poverty, in terms of like a lot of stuff like development. And hereby what we feel is that we want someone who is a youth leader and who has a young experience, and also we want to see a leader who is a young generation so that they can inspire the youth. And as per the mind of youth, because youth is like something which is the part of future of India. And hereby we see that we want someone who is coming up from the young ages. And I see that there are a lot of good changes in India which is happening right now because of the Modi government. And hereby we also want more changes, because in terms of women safety and women this thing, we need the police officer, and we need the people to be in place where they help all the women in terms of safety. And I'm really happy that Modi is going to come to US, and hereby we have set of points which we would just keep in front of him, and let's see how things move further. And see.
Modi is anyways still young at 74, it seems. He is doing things like flying the Tejas and taking a sortie, going underwater. Do you think the age is just a number for him maybe?
Yeah, because in terms of, definitely I do agree with him, because I see that the changes which he's getting for the government is doing fine, but I see that there are many more changes which he has to look into a picture, and which he can work on it, and probably I see that there's more growth in India, because mostly there are a lot of Indian Americans who are settled in America, and they see a diverse nature, diverse culture over here. So that's how we want the same in India, because as we see that there are a lot of taxpayers in India, and we want the same amount to be utilized in India development in terms of roads, in terms of infrastructure, and the schools, hospitals, government, they should work really good on it. I feel that.
So ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit, we are in the Times Square, and we are joined by two businessmen from Gujarat who are here at Times Square. तो मोदी जी सर आ रहे हैं यूएस एक बार दोबारा. क्या लगता है इंडिया में मोदी जी ने काम किया?
मोदी जी ने बहुत बढ़िया काम किया है, और यूएस आने के बाद भी यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा डील करेंगे, इंडिया का ग्रोथ जरूर करेंगे, और मोदी जी का विज़न बहुत बड़ा है. अगर मोदी जी ऐसे ही काम करते रहेंगे तो इंडिया यूएस के लिए बहुत अच्छा डील लेके आएंगे.
और इंडिया यूएस के रिलेशन भी काफ़ी अच्छे रहे हैं कई सालों में.
100% बहुत काफ़ी अच्छे रिलेशन रहे हैं, और बहुत अच्छे डील कर रहे हैं, और इंडिया और अमेरिका के लिए बिजनेस एकदम ओपन हो रहा है. तो अपने इंडिया की साइड में हो रहा है, अभी भी और बढ़ेगा तो इंडिया का एकदम ग्रोथ होगा. ये मोदी जी ही कर सकते हैं.
मोदी जी ही कर सकते हैं. मोदी जी तीसरे टर्म में आ गए हैं सर. 74th बर्थडे भी हो गया, तो 74 भी उनके लिए एज एक नंबर ही लगता है एक तरह से. वो तो जोश तो उतना ही है मोदी जी में, जो आपने तो गुजरात में देखा भी होगा. आप तो गुजरात से आते हैं.
मोदी जी को 100% जोश रहने वाला है. उनका एक ही माइंड है, इनके पास कोई पॉकेट नहीं है, उनका खुद का कोई स्वार्थ नहीं है. मोदी जी खुद के लिए नहीं करते, पब्लिक के लिए काम कर रहे हैं. नहीं तो उनको कुछ लेना है, नहीं तो कोई इनके आगे पीछे है. तो मोदी जी जरूर अभी भी काम करने वाले में, और काम जरूर करेंगे.
तो कम्युनिटी इवेंट को लेके यहाँ पे एक्साइटमेंट है लोगों में जो लॉन्ग आइलैंड में कर रहे हैं.
बहुत उत्साह है इधर. सब पूरा इनकी इंतजार कर रहे हैं, और जरूर इनकी वेट कर रहे हैं, और अच्छा इवेंट होगा इधर.
अच्छा इवेंट होगा. इंडो यूएस रिलेशंस आल्सो ओवर द इयर्स वी हैव सीन अंडर मिस्टर मोदी हैव रियली डेवलप्ड. Do you think as the Prime Minister in his third term, this is also something on his agenda, that India-US relations should be good?
I think that always is, because the business relation with US is always on a top list for any Prime Minister of India, and they're looking to develop more relations with the US and the business here.
And also young people in India, there is this feeling that what do young people in India, young entrepreneurs maybe like you, think about Mr. Modi?
No, we think very highly of him, because he's opening so many doors, and few years ago there were not so many doors open for Indian people, particularly Indian students, and moreover people who want to do business outside of the country. But now people are inviting us to do business in different countries, and it's very good now.
Very good. Now that is a feeling from two Gujarati businessmen of different generations, an older generation, a younger generation. Prime Minister Modi's visit to New York is very, very keenly awaited, especially this community event which is happening in Long Island on September 22nd.